Hey guys, Aqua Duelist here, and 2 days ago, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of Duelist Link Evolution dropped out for the Switch, and I picked up the game on release day. I actually downloaded it, had downloading while I was filming for the video that I uploaded 2 days ago. And I got to sit down, I got to play it. Me and my roommate spent probably like a good 4 hours probably playing that game, then and there when the video was uploading. So I just kind of wanted to like talk about it, share my thoughts about it, and basically kind of give my own review on the game. And hands down, like I do want to say, this is probably like the best game, the best Yu game they've made in quite some time, actually. You know, not including Duel Links, because Duel Links is pretty good, but I mean actual like console game. Definitely the best they've done in quite some time. So I kind of like wrote down some stuff, kind of like what I felt like was good about the game, what was bad, and going down what I felt was good about the game was this game has an insanely big card pool. It actually has 9,109 cards in it, and goes up to Hidden Summoners, I believe, is the last set that was thrown into the game. So, we are missing some stuff from this pretty much this year, but I'm okay with that. I mean, this is honestly the biggest card pool we've gotten in a game. So, something really cool is they still include cards that are pretty much exclusive to the games. Are like there's a card called Crazy Fish, never been printed. It's been in the games since like the Game Boy era and such. There's like a lot of like they still keep all those cards in here, which I thought was pretty interesting. So, secondly, cards are really easy to get. Um, if you win a duel against someone, you get 3 cards from their deck. Lose, you get a card and you get points. It's actually the best way to get cards is to actually just go into a duel and surrender. You get a card and some point, and still quite a bit of points to open up some packs. And it's actually just the fastest way to get cards in the game. Um, one thing I also want to mention, huge pro for me. This game has draft play in it, which I like the battle pack stuff, which I do really love. And Konami doesn't really support that anymore. Excuse me. So it's really awesome to be essentially able to play draft format, because it is like one of my favorite things in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just wish there was more to it besides sneak peek events, which aren't really made for draft play either. So yeah. Do want to note though, I think there's only 3 battle packs in the game, and the selection they chose I feel is rather poor. Battle pack, at least from what I think, battle pack 3 is not in the game, which does suck because it is the best battle pack. It is like the most balanced battle pack there is for draft format, and it's just not there. It's really disappointing. They went with Epic Dawn Round 2 War of the Giants, and then they went with Battle Pack 2 War of the Giants, then Battle Pack War of the Giants Round 2, which they should have just put 3 in, but hey. And then one thing I do like in the story mode or in the campaign mode, when you're going through all the different duels and such from all the different series, you're actually able to use the deck the character was using at the time in the anime, or you can actually use your own custom deck, which that's kind of cool actually. I think that was a really cool aspect they threw in. Um, so I mean, it's not something we've really like. I don't think that was something we've seen in the other games. And then one of the things I do, this is my personal thing I like. But this game does have a feel of like the older Yu-Gi-Oh games, like what you call World Tour 2004, the one on the Game Boy Color we got, just like the play to it. I mean, it's the play style to it. I mean, obviously it's Yu-Gi-Oh, but what I'm trying to say is, like the layout and such feel it's more like that rather than like in Duel Links where you get like the little little art and stuff on the monsters when they're summoned, and trying to think what was the other. There was one on DS where you basically went through the 5D story that I felt was very crappy. So I'm kind of happy it's not like that in a sense, if that makes sense. So yeah, and then I want to go on to the cons of the game, which like they're yeah. First thing I want to mention is the deck editor interface is just atrocious. It's really bad. I mean, it just could have been a lot better. They could have gone with something more like Duel Links, or better yet, they could have gone with like World Tournament 2004. Like that interface with the deck editor would have been a lot better, I feel. It just has room for it just has a good bit of room for a lot of improvement. Like so, there's that, and one of the things I do hate, and I'm not saying I hate links. I just thought this was really weird and kind of dumb. But in campaign mode, if I'm playing through the original Yu-Gi-Oh, I kind of wish it like you just I kind of wish the game played by the rules of that particular era and such. Or even if they threw in, it's like, oh, you can use stuff from like maybe like the first time where it's like, oh, you use cards from this era, or if like I don't know. I just feel like the math it went by the master rules of the time specifically just for the campaign, because it's really weird playing through like the original Yu-Gi-Oh and GX when when you're forced to make links. It just doesn't feel right to me. Not saying I hate links, I actually don't mind them, but I just thought that was something that just felt really kind of weird and slightly defeats the purpose in a sense. Because the idea was, you go through the era, the different times or eras in the the animes and such, and it just feels weird and out of place. So it's actually really hard to get specific cards you want. We've been trying to get like Necro Valley, because the first pack in the game, Yugi's grandpa, you can get Gravekeepers. So we've been trying to get Necro Valley because that was like the one card we were missing. We essentially had to open about 400 packs just to get 3 copies of Necro Valley. By the time we were done, we had almost about 4 to 7 copies of almost every other card in the set. There's only about, I think, 14 cards we have not gotten, but it's kind of ridiculous. It's very, very random. If they did something kind of like in Duel Links where it's like a set thing and then it resets, or better yet, something I think would have been better is World Tournament 2004. What that game does is you have like a select list of rares or whatever, like Mirror Force, Raigeki in each pack, and you cannot get any more of that until you pull each rare in a pack. And rares, I can't remember. I think rares were guaranteed or something. I can't remember. I know there are in this game though. But yeah. Anyways, they could have done something like that, which I would have really like. It would have just made the overall experience there a little bit better. Well, a bit better. And then the ban list in this game. Oh man, I really don't like it. It uses its own custom ban list, and it's kind of like a weird mix of things from like different ban lists, like from here in the TCG and the OCG. It just, I don't really like it that much. There's some stuff where it's like, oh yeah, this makes sense because, like current ban, like the ban list from like 2018, it's like, oh yeah, this was, such. But then there's stuff that doesn't really make sense, and it's just kind of like, not really a fan of the custom ban list for this game, but it's really cool because now this essentially has its own meta to it, so which is kind of cool. And these last 2 cons I want to mention don't affect gameplay. They're just something I wanted to point out. The monster models are really, really bad. The boss monsters, kind of like stuff like Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, Flame Swordsman, pretty much monsters that were important to every series have 3D models in the game. Whenever you summon them, they have like a 3D model animation, and they are so bad. They actually all look very unfinished. And for some reason, Blue Eyes is green. I don't know why. He's like this really weird green color, and it's just really poor. And the thing is too, and when you start up the game, you get to the title screen. They always have a random monster model there, and that's when we just kind of noticed they looked very like instantly. They were just very very unfinished and overall not good. Um, and this was something funny. I just thought I wanted to point out, just so we can like it's funny. The load screens, they're not they're not slow. They're fast. But the thing I find funny is the load bars at the bottom never actually fill up. It actually gets roughly around a third of the way through, and the game's already loaded. Um, I just thought that was funny how they Konami or whoever made the game couldn't program a proper load screen. I just thought that was hilarious, and just shows exactly how much effort was put into this game. So those are my thoughts on the game. I mean, honestly, it's probably the best actual like video game they made for Yu-Gi-Oh in quite some time. So, but thank you guys for watching. If I had access to a capture card, I would have put gameplay going on during this, but I don't. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a like. If you guys have the game, what are your thoughts and all? I'd like to know. I mean, I think it's probably the best they've made in quite some time. So, and if you want to see more of my content, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching.